everyone, it's Jen here and welcome to Jen's Wild About Art. So today I'm going to do an acrylic painting for you of a little Indian palm squirrel. So these guys are extremely cute. So I start by drawing his outline in with the mechanical pencil and then I'll start with the acrylic paints. So I start on the little squirrel's eye and I go in with a little bit of brown oxide, and then I go to work on the body, and around the head I start with graphite grey and white. Now I add a little bit of burnt sienna and white over the top of the grey areas, and then I start to take that burnt sienna and white around the little squirrel's back and I start to fill in the rest of his little body. Now I start on the tree stump and I start with a little bit of brown iron oxide and white, and I cover the whole stump with that, and then I add a few varying tones of grey and a little bit of white to add a bit of texture, and a little bit of burnt umber as well, just to add a few darker browns into the tree stump. And I also add a little bit of purpley mix to the shadow areas directly underneath the little squirrel, and I'll darken that up towards the end. Now I go back to work on the squirrel and I start to add a few little furry textures in, and I start with greys and I'll add browns and a few different tones and just start to build up the fur texture around the little squirrel. And while I'm working on the body, I start to build up the layers. So I build up more greys and get a few more reddy browns in there, but I'm also following the direction of the fur. I'm always careful that my brush strokes go the direction that the fur is going to go. And now I start to add the browns and the markings in on the squirrel. And these little squirrels have got a couple of white stripes on their back, so I start to add that in with a light grey and I'll lighten that up as I go, and then I start to work on the paw details and pop his little fingers in, pop a few highlights on here and there, but I'll build up more details sort of after. So you can see I'm just adjusting the finger positions now. And then I go back to work on the little squirrel's body again and start to work on his back end. Now I'm adding some more detail to his tail, and I've gone in with a bit of brown iron oxide, and also I'm going over the top of that with a bit of white for the highlights on his tail fur now. And I take that right down the whole length of his tail and add any little bits of white highlight anywhere I think he needs them. And I also add a little bit of fur around his face. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, everyone. I had an absolute ball painting this little squirrel. I'd love it if you click like and subscribe. Click on the bell icon also, that way you'll be notified when I release a new video. I also have a website, jensworldaboutout.com, where I sell my original artworks. I'd love for you to pop over and check it out. I'll have all the links below. I also live stream on Twitch up to 7 days a week where I create these pieces of art. And I love it if you come over and hang out and chat while I work. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you next video. Okie doke. Bye.